You have never seen a woman on a mission until you've seen a mother determined to save her child. There's no match for a mother's love. She read, she researched, she investigated, while I tried to come to terms with the idea that I might never be able to shoot hoops with my son. I know there are things that my son wants to say to me. And as he gets older, I can look into his eyes, and I can see the frustration and the confusion. There's a little boy inside of him somewhere, but it's like he's lost. And this is really what it's like. It's like being in the mall with your child, and you look down and you discover they're not there anymore. It's that sickening feeling you get in the pit of your stomach. Excuse me. Except every once in a while, you catch a glimpse of the real boy. You know, the way his eyes light up when you bring the Christmas tree home. Or the way he smiles when he jumps into the pool, or the way he sits perfectly still and enraptured when we go to see the symphony. He loves music, he loves animals, he loves trains, he loves books, swings, ice cream, even his family, of course. But he can't tell me his favorite color, or how his day at school was, or what hurts when he falls off the swing set.
Liam was a normally developing baby until June 27th, 1997, when he received his MMR and Hib vaccines. He was constantly taking off his shoes. He screamed if we dressed or undressed him. He would stare for hours in front of a television and wouldn't move if you blocked the
same day. Jacob and Jesse both received their first DPT, polio, and Hib vaccination. From that day on, Jacob was constantly coming down with one ear, respiratory, or sinus infection after another.
On August 9th, 1990, Jackson would begin a journey into silence, bewilderment, and a medical enigma. That was the day he received his MMR immunization. He would not sleep that night. In the days to follow, he would develop unexplained rashes and horrible constipation and diarrhea. Over the next weeks, he'd slip away, unable to listen or speak. He retreated into what we now know as autism.
And somewhere along the way, he developed chronic, non-specific diarrhea, sometimes 8 to 10 times a day, and still suffers from that 3 years later.
He could not express even the most simplest needs or wants. He could not ask for juice or something to eat.
Living with these children can be hell. They can destroy your entire home. You can't keep anything nice around. They will ruin your rugs. They will jump off the furniture. They will move the furniture around the room, push it over, and they do nothing with any intention of no malice whatsoever.
When Jacob is overloaded from sounds, colors, or lights, we cannot go anywhere. Autism does not only isolate the individual that it affects, it isolates the entire family.
I live just 3 miles from Duke University Medical Center. Yet for one of the most effective treatments for Jackson's gastrointestinal problems, I drive 12 hours for a procedure that takes 5 minutes.
Auditory integration therapy, vision therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, sensory integration therapy. We had CAT scans and allergy testing and stool analysis and urine analysis and all kinds of blood analysis.
Jacob's countenance left when he was 16 months old. The light behind his eyes was replaced with a blank, lost, bewildered stare.
How do I put a cost on not sleeping for 6 years? How do I put a cost on attention not paid to my daughters because I'm seeing to the needs of my son? How do I put a cost on locking every door and window at all times for fear of him wandering out of the house?
I need someone to explain to me why it's acceptable to have products on the market that expose my son to 37.5 micrograms of mercury in one day at a time when he should not have been exposed to more than 0.59 micrograms of mercury given his body weight.
I should have taken the time to find out what his risk of contracting hepatitis B at only 1 month old was. I didn't do that. I should have known back then what I do today. I did not. I trusted his pediatrician. I trusted the CDC. I was persuaded to believe that I was doing the best thing I could do to protect my child.
Statistics can no longer be ignored. Thousands of parents who claim their children were developing normally until the MMR vaccine should no longer be ignored. We all can't be wrong.
And personally, if I could strike the belief that my son's autism sprang from a routine childhood vaccination that I held him down on the table for and had to go back to the Russian roulette of genetics, I would take it in a heartbeat. Because the pain knowing that I inadvertently caused him harm due to the blind trust in the medical community or a matter of inconvenience of yet another office visit taking time away from my job is nearly unbearable.